Here we go. Hello, guys. How are you guys doing? Hello. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are fine. I hope you guys are okay. So, just a second. Let's just to configure every single thing. All right. Well, today we have a special person here in my channel, David Pereira. He lives in the United States. He works there, has a company there. He's a founder of SecPro, and he's going to explain what he does, what his company does. All right. And well, today we are going to talk about OSINT for Red Team engagements. All right. So I think he's already online. So, David, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Romulo. Thank you so much for the invitation. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here in your space. And thank you for all the people that have this kind um, manner to be here with us. So, well, a little bit about me. I hope my screen it's shared right. So it's possible to see my screen. I don't know.
Yeah, let me add it to the
Let me
stage,
see. Yeah, go
and I'm
ahead. Go
going
ahead.
to leave the stage.
Okay. I still here. I don't know. Let's see. Are we? Are you there, man? Well.
Yes, I just left the stage for you.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay. Just
right.
yeah, okay, perfect, perfect. So, okay, a little bit about me. Well, more than 27 years experience in ethical hacking, penetration testing, forensics, computer forensics, incident response, blue team, red team. I am the CEO of SecPro. SecPro is a cybersecurity company providing services in the entire world. Um, I I have the honor to train different law enforcement agencies in the world. Like, well, I train sometimes FBI, um, U.S. Air Force, U.S. Navy, um, Secret Service, and of course in Latin America, a lot of different law enforcement agencies as well. Um, well, I am a Colombian Army veteran. I have some certifications. There are not all, but some of them. Romulo asked me to put them. I normally don't use them anymore, but well, I use them in some spaces, but normally I don't show them anymore. But Romulo asks about them, and well, I have some of them. There are not all. And my company, SecPro, we are a leading company providing red team services. We execute network security testing, all kind of diagnostic services like vulnerability assessments, penetration testing, ethical hacking, red team. Ethical hacking and red team is the same thing. Some people look for difference between them, and it's red team. And well, we do attack surface detection. And today we are going to talk about attack surface detection, OSINT at the end of the day. And well, that's a little bit about me, and it's great to be here. So let's start with the things we want to share today. A lot of people wants to make money with the knowledge, and that's perfect. That's the idea, exactly the idea. Because right now, day by day, there are more cyber criminals, more malicious actors, and the companies needs people that helps them to detect vulnerabilities before the malicious actors. So that's why I love Book Bounty, and it's one of the most interesting things in Book Bounty is to look for information, to execute. Some people call this information gathering, some people talk about OSINT, some people talk about recon, etc. At the end of the day, the first thing you need to do when you are going to start an engagement, it's to look for information. And even more important, to have that information in a very good order, in a fit way, because you're going to recover a lot of information, a lot. So my recommendation, the first thing about the information you are going to collect is to keep that information in a proper manner, like mind map. Let me show you. I use mind maps for different things. I'm going to show you one example. In this mind map, I have the tools that I normally use when I need to look for information in a company. So one of the things I do is, okay, what I need to do if I need to look for information. Okay, normally you need to know about company data, right? Doesn't matter the name of the company, any kind of company. Normally, a company that have a book bounty program, well, you can look for information, and then you can have a nice mind map with your tools, and you can add more and more and more tools that you can look for and you can use immediately if you need them. So the first recommendation here is try to have a clean workspace and use mind maps, because they are very useful. And I'm going to show you a different tool. This one is called Xmind. There is a free version. And well, here you have different tools that I use to execute different search, like, okay, how to grab the who is information of a company, the IP range, etc., etc., etc. Well, you can have a mind map here. In my engagements, normally I use a different tool that is called Obsidian. Maybe you're familiar with that tool. It's a great tool. Obsidian is free. Use markup language. It's beautiful. So this tool allows you to create mind maps related with your engagement. So for all the information or each one of the data you achieve or you found in your engagement, you can create a mind map and you can connect the information. You can create your list. One of the nice things is that you can create different files for each one of the data you are going to grab or you find. Then you can create a canvas with your mind map, and then you can use this to visualize a better way or a path to achieve your engagements, because you're going to see, you are going to grab a lot of information, so much information. If you don't have a proper way to put everything together, it's going to be very difficult, or you are going to lose important things that you can take advantage of. Well, that's the first part. Next, you can use different tools. Normally, if you are going to start with book bounty, normally you need to understand the scope of the information. Well, I suppose that everybody is familiar with book bounty, but just in case, book bounty are programs that allows you as an ethical hacker or penetration tester to detect vulnerabilities in a specific infrastructure, in a specific company. But normally in those programs, those companies provide a specific scope, and you need to use and accomplish that scope, nothing else, because it can be illegal if you go with a different scope. But having that in mind, you need to start from a specific part. Normally, if you are going to talk about recon, you have two ways to do recon. Normally, active recon, passive recon, and some people add the hybrid recon. But the main difference is, in active recon, you interact with the target. In passive recon, you do not interact with the target. You can do both, but in some cases in the scope, they say, hey, you just can't collect information that is not located in our website. You need to look for a different spaces. It depends. You need to read the scopes in detail. But well, after that, you have a lot of different tools and techniques that allows you to grab information about a target. Let's start with some things. I have a list that with the things that we can talk about. Well, one of the things that it's important to know, it's something called dorking. It's a very basic concept. Maybe you are familiar with this. I'm just going to share a table. Let me show you here. This is in Spanish, but I have an English version, but I don't have it here. I can share with Romulo later. But just for you to know that not all the dorking is with Google. Normally, people unfortunately think that the most of the dorks works with Google only. No, you can use dorks with DuckDuckGo. You can use dorks with Yahoo, with Bing, with almost any uh, um, search engine in the world. And what is a dork? Dork it's a parameter that allows you to search for specific information, and it's based in the search operators that the search engines can use. So it's very useful. And the most interesting thing is that you can use artificial intelligence to create dorks. Even if you are not familiar with dorks, or you are not a good dorker, well, you can use artificial intelligence. No matter what, you can use the dorks that are located in the Google hacking database, of course. In the exploit.db website, exploit-db, you can, let me show you, in exploit-db.com, you can look for different tools. One of the most interesting right now for the subject that we are talking about, it's Google Hacking Database. In the Google Hacking Database, you are going to find a lot of different dorks that allows you to look for information. If you see here, you have filters, and in those filters, you can select the specific type of information that you are looking for. Maybe you are looking for sensitive directories, or error message, or files containing important information, etc. So let's say that one. So you can look for different dorks here, and you can combine the normal dorks with this kind of dorks. Like, okay, you can use, let's say, this one. It's for to look for about information about stores, index of stores. So you just need to use this. You can see some results. And if you are looking for specific targets, you can add a parameter that is called site. So you just need to say site, let's say uber.com. Uber have a bug bounty program, so we can work with that. So you can look for websites that have in the text index of and store, and you are going to receive a lot of different results. As you can see, of course, you need to take a look. So dorks are very useful. Some people do not take care about dorks, but to be honest, in my experience, are very useful. And as I mentioned, if you are not so familiar, you are not so familiar with the different dorks, you can use artificial intelligence tools to create different dorks, or you can use different scripts to create dorks, or to generate search, creating automated dorks. We have different tools. Let me show you a couple. We can use. I think I have a couple installed here in this machine. Um, Let me put this bigger. Cool. So I hope you can see. Okay. So let's see. I think I have the Katana here. Katana, it's a. Let me show you the GitHub of Katana, because it's not so. Let me show you. It's better if I show you. Well, this is a. It's 4 months ago that they put these files here. The Katana, it's a nice tool to create dorks. And well, the installation process is very simple. You just need to clone the repository. Here you have the code, and you clone this repository, and then you install the requirements, like always with pip. You can install that, and then you just need to run KDS. It's one of the tools you can use. Um, it's nice. So it's a Python 3 tool. I prefer Python 3 tools, or well, Python normally. And you can say, well, you can say Uber or something like that. And well, you need to add on a parameter. Or if you prefer graphical tools, some people don't like so much the command line. I prefer command line, to be honest. But if you don't like command tool, well, I'm going to show you graphical tools that you can use in web. Katana is one of the tools, but you can use another tool called, let me look for the other tool that I can show you, this tool. It's called SiteDorks. SiteDorks is another tool that allows you to create dorks in automated way. This tool opens browser windows with all the tool, all the results that you want. You can create your own list of categories. This tool have different categories for results like cloud category, developers, documents, etc., etc., etc. And SiteDorks create the dorks and provides you with the result immediately. So you are going to open immediately the browser that you have installed by default with the different results that the docs provide. The problem here is that it can create a lot of noise in your browser, but well, it's up to you. You have different tools. So, well, we can say, um, here we have an example. You can use the dash query parameter, like always with dash help.
Excuse me, David.
Go
Can
ahead.
you share with me later the sidedocs.py, or is it's private code?
No, 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 it's not private. It's, let me share with you the URL.
Great. Probably the guy is going to look out for it. So
Of course, and the katana if you want as well. Let me share that in the chat with you.
sure.
There you go. And the
Great.
katana as well.
Thanks a lot for that.
No problem at all. So with SiteDorks, you just need to provide the browser engine that you are the URL that you are going to query for. Normally you use the query parameter, and that's it. You can create lists of specific domains that you want to look for, or parameters that you want to look for, etc. It's very, very modular. This tool is very simple to use. So, well, so you can say dash query. In this case, you can use uber.com. I'm going to use Uber today because they have a very nice book bounty program. So as you can see, we didn't provide a specific list of categories. I'm going to run this in this way. So you can select the categories if you want with the number of the categories, but I'm going to say yes, and you're going to see that immediately start opening my browser with the different dorks that this tool creates to look for information. You can modify the source code, of course, in the Python file, but you can see the results, uber.com and site, blah, 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 blah. So you can see, if you want to stop this, you just can't stop the script. I'm going to stop it. I just want to show you what you can do, and you can analyze the code and modify that code in the way you want. So you can take a look about the Python that you have here, and you can see there are very simple libraries. Import the web browser, use the default web browser that you have, and you can modify the code in the way you want. Normally, this tool use not only Google, it's capable to use Bing, it's capable to use Yandex, the Russian search engine, and so much, so on, and to create dorks. It's very useful. I like it a lot. But, well, let's say that you want to use artificial intelligence to create your dorks because maybe you're not familiar with this technique, or you want to see what the artificial intelligence can do. Well, let me show you. I'm going to share another link with you. I'm going to put that link here for you, Romulo. Okay, perfect. Dork GPT. Dork GPT, it's a GPT for dorks. So you just need to say what you want to look for. As you can see, it's a web interface, very simple to use. So you can say something like, let's use another entity, dian.gov.co emails, let's say emails, and generate. So you just need to provide what you are looking for, and this tool is going to give you a dork. Look, you have a dork here. You can change your search. You can change the order. In this case, it's saying, okay, let me show you here. It's using site, dian.gov.co, and the file type is looking for email, but it's not so perfect in that case. Let's say emails from, or emails, dian.gov.co. So let's see the result now. Well, it's not so perfect. That's why I prefer the manual things. But well, it can work and you can try. Talking about emails, just to add something that maybe is useful for you. If you want to look for emails in a website, one of the things, or a company, one of the things you can do is something like this. You can put site and let's say dian.gov.co, and you can put here mail to, and you are going to see, look, here we have mails, you see. So you are going to receive mail, because mail to, it's normally the parameter that you are going to use in a website when you want to click over an address and open your mail application, your mail client, and send an email. So it's one of the ways you can do. Another way is you can look for at and the domain. But well, just for you to know. There is another tool. The Door GPT doesn't like me so much. I don't like the results. Let me show you a different one. Dork Genius. It's another tool that uses artificial intelligence. And let me copy this URL for you as well. Perfect. So Dork Genius generates dorks for Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, and other search engines. So you just need to look and say what you want, like find emails belonging to uber.com, let's say. And you can generate the different dorks, and you have the lists. Site uber.com, in text at uber.com. That one can be nice. Let's try. That's for Google. It's going to open my email. Let me do that in other browser. Let me use a different browser, because if no, I have an automated thing here. Well, it opened uber.com. Let's try with the Bing result. Of course, you need to try. And a lot of the things you do in this world is try and error. And we are going to talk about fusing in a moment, and you are going to see. So, well, let's see. Perfect. So here you have results. Then you need to analyze the different results. There are more easy ways to look for emails, of course. There are automated tools. But normally emails are more used in red team engagements. But just in case, I'm going to give you one tool, just if you are interested in. One of my favorites is Rocket Reach. Let me change a thing, because I have something that I were using the past week. Rocket Reach. Let's see. I'm going to close a previous search. Perfect. Look, Rocket Reach. So let me share this with you. Rocket Reach. So in Rocket Reach, you just need to put the company name, like Uber, and you can search for people in Uber. So as you see, we have 24,699 results. And one of the nice things with this tool is that allows you to grab the personal email, corporate email, phone number in some cases, etc. You have free access for the first page.
excuse me, just a second.
Sure.
This too remembers me contactout.com. Do you know
Ah,
this?
yeah.
I actually last week I made a
Uh-huh.
video about these tools,
Oh, really?
and
And you show
yeah,
Rocket Reach?
no, actually it's almost the same. Even the design is the same, the UX as a
It's
contact
possible
out.
that it's the same. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know, so
and
sometimes companies have different names and put the same product, but I
yeah,
don't know.
and they're very nice. Actually, these tools gave you a lot of results, good results,
Yeah,
right? Not again, as I always say, I'm not making some publicity for any company, but these tools are very, very useful. Even the free one, right?
yeah.
So
I'm using the free one. I'm not using the pay version.
yeah,
I don't have money, so this is the free version. So well, good, um, perfect. That's for emails. Okay. I already showed the other dork tool. Okay. Um, companies, you need to know about the infrastructure of the companies, of course. And there are different tools that you can use. Previously, many years ago, were easy to grab information about the companies. The first thing you execute in an engagement were who is. But right now, with the GDPR restrictions, etc., normally who is not useful anymore. If you say who is anything, like let's keep the uber.com as top level domain, you are going to see that everything have privacy and let me show you. It's a lot of information, but useless. It's totally useless. It's it's not worth it. Let me show you. You have Mark Monitor. Mark Monitor is a company that protects reputation, so you don't have nothing here. At the end of the day, to save your time, nothing here is useful. Nothing at all. So who is not the best way to grab information about who registered the domain, who is the technical contact, etc. That were important and interesting information previously, because at least you are going to understand how the emails were composed. At least you are going to have 2 or 3 people names, phone numbers, etc. Not useful anymore. But you can look for the historical DNS, one of the things you can do. But normally for historical whois, you need to pay for. Let me show you. Let's see one of the tools I have in my trainings. It can be this one. This one is beautiful. Let me show you what things, and then I'm going to show you what doesn't. Normally, um, as I mentioned before, if you look for the historical whois, let me show you, you need to pay, and I don't like it. So let me show you. You say historical whois. There are different tools that allow you to do that, but look like okay, historical whois lookup. Let's try with Uber. Let me allow these scripts. Well, let's validate. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay. They say, perfect, we have 3,000 historical records on Uber. And you want them, you need to pay. If you want, you can sign up and you need to pay for them. So it's not the best way if you want to see the historical whois, but there is a free way, a very nice one. You can look for the historical whois with a little trick. Let me show you one nice trick. Maybe you are familiar with the archive um, website. Archive.org, it's a beautiful website that keeps an historical record about almost everything. The things the part I'm going to show you is even the less interesting part, because they have store the first recorded music in the world, the Edison's recordings, etc., etc. They have an amazing library. But here, the things we are going to look for is this. I'm going to use this trick. Let me copy this trick for you. You can use the historical results from whois to look for the previous whois of a company. So if somebody in some moment use the website who.is to look for a specific domain, in this case I have Walmart here, you are going to see the results, the historical results, and you can see how we're in that moment. Let's see. Let me remove that part. This one. Perfect. So here we have a result that we can take a look. Let's see. And you can see the information. Previously, they were CS Global. You have DNS IP addresses, register information, etc., etc., etc. Maybe you can find information, useful information, or maybe not. But at least it were a try, because you can see the historical results of a specific domain. Of course, you just need to change walmart.com with the thing you want, uber.com or whatever you want to look for. But it's a nice trick using the archive.org. Of course, you can change the who.is website as well. Here in, well, let's see in 2022, let's see what we have. I don't know, maybe it's already Mark Monitor. Okay, but well, you can try. Talking about DNS and infrastructure, the other part that you need to understand, you need to map in an engagement is the attack surface, of course. And you need to detect the subdomains that belongs to a specific domain. There are different tricks and techniques. I have my favorites. One of my favorite, or my favorite one, to be honest, is this one. The CRT.sh. First, I need to explain something that is called transparent certificate or certificate transparency. What is this? Normally, most of the websites in the world are going to use HTTPS as protocol to receive the traffic, because of course you know that with this protocol that use port 443, you are going to protect and encrypt the traffic between the client and the server with a certificate. And normally, if you have a certificate protecting a website, you need to create a transparency register that is going to be stored in a worldwide database. So it's impossible that you have a certificate signed by an external organization like VeriSign or Symantec or whatever, any kind of authority entity, if you don't have this register. So if you want to take a look about all the subdomains that have web presence for a specific domain, you can use this website. Let me share with you the URL. And in a very easy way, you are going to find them. Let me show you. Let's try with Uber again. Let me allow the scripts first. Here we have. Look. Perfect. So then, immediately, you have all the subdomains. This is not the only one technique I'm going to show you today to find the subdomains of a specific target, but this one is beautiful. I like it a lot. And there is no, if we are talking about ethical hacking or red team engagements, there is no fingerprint from you here right now. So, well, here you have all the different subdomains, like, well, fuber.com, uber.com, newsroom API, lobby CMS, etc., 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 and well, so on, lobby CMS, etc., etc., etc. Then you can export this list and use you don't even need Python. With that simple bash, you can say host for each one of the results in this list, and you are going to have the IP address. It's very simple. But there are automated tools to do this. Amas is one of the tools that can help you. But well, this way is nice. There is another tool, a beautiful tool that you can use that is called Security Trails. Let me show you first another one. I like this one, DNS Dumpster. DNS Dumpster, let me copy this for you. DNS Dumpster, it's a tool that allows you to look for specific domains, and you are going to have a lot of information in one place. Let's try again, uber.com. Did I wrote? Let's see, search. Okay, good. Look, here, here you have the information about the DNS servers. Sorry, did I remove it? Let's see. Of course, everything here is legal. It's important to mention that all of the tools and the things that I'm showing right now are legal. It's illegal if we found one of these domains and we found a username and password fields and we start trying against them. But we are not going to do that without authorization. But if that website it's inside the scope, and in the scope you can do that kind of attacks, it's perfect. That's why you need to read the scope. Okay, so here we have the DNS servers, the mail exchange records, DNS records, so you can see what they use. TXT records are so nice, so useful, because normally allows you to understand a little bit about the technologies that the target is using. Because normally there are some mail servers that force you to put some specific records in the TXT type of records in a DNS. Here we have one, MS. As you see, they have a record here saying MS. Normally, when you have that, that means that you use or Exchange or Office 365. So, well, at least you already know some of the technologies they are using. And here you have the sender policy framework, and sometimes you can see the anti-spam technologies or anti-spam technologies that they are using, Facebook verification, Google site verification, etc., etc., etc. So you already know that they are using DocuSign as well. Host records, the A records, the type A. Here we have some of them. A lot of them, as you can see. Health, subdomains, at the end of the day, subdomains that you can look for. And a lot of them, email. Well, they are using SendGrid, okay? And more and more and more information, the MTA, the mail transfer agents. Well, that's it. So this one is very, very good one, and you can download an Excel file and you can grab this information. But my favorite, to look for subdomains if we are talking about graphical tools and web tools, in a moment we are going to do that in a different way. But you can use security trails. Sorry. Security trails, it's a very nice platform. Let me log in. It's great. Let's see. I need to allow the scripts. Good. So, well, you just need to put the domain here. As you see here, my name is Pedro. So, well, you can see uber.com, and they immediately detect the different Uber you can use. But let me do this again. Uber. Let's use uber.com only. and then say that they have 3,800 subdomains. And you can take a look about each one of them. One beautiful part of this technology is that this technology allows you to understand the technology, the protection technologies that they are using in a specific moment, like this. Look, they are using Amazon in this case, or they are using Google, or well, you can see Uber Technologies. Sometimes you can detect the CDN, or you can detect the service provider for them, and it's very nice, very interesting. And then, well, you can, after this, you can look for the specific IP range of each one of these. You can do this in a different ways. Let me show you one of the simple one. Here we have a Jenkins master. So you just need, if you want to know the IP address of this host, there is so many things, so many ways to do this. But let's use a very simple command, host, and that's it. You have the IP address. The other thing that you can do is, having this IP address, take a look about the entire range to know if there are more machines related to Uber in that range, because maybe this IP address is from a CDN, so maybe there are not more infrastructure from Uber in that range, but you don't know it. So you can take a look with the classicals like Shodan, Sensis, Sumai. Let's use one of them just to show you a simple filter. Let me log in. I recommend that if you can pay for the simple version of Shodan, do it, because it's so useful. So you just need to say net colon, and you paste the IP address. You remove the last octet, convert that to 0/24, and now Shodan is going to search for in the entire subnet, starting with the .1, finishing with the .254. So let's search. I used this morning. Let me log in again. I'm sorry. I have an account here, so let's try again. Let me log in my. Perfect. Nice.
Oh, it happens to me sometimes.
Really? Yeah,
I
it's
use an account and always forgot to log in to so.
yeah, but I already log, but well, in the demonstration something can fail. But beautiful. So look. Here we have information about the IP addresses. We look for the entire range, and to be honest, I didn't try before, but well, we found what we want. Look, guys, all of them are Uber technologies, Uber technologies, Uber technologies, Uber technologies, Uber technologies. All of these IP addresses are Uber technologies. So we found a range, an interesting range in Uber. So you can see that you have 15 potential servers. Sometimes there are less, because sometimes this tool repeat IP addresses if they found a service. Sometimes they put a web server with a fingerprint with HTTP in the 80 port, or the 81 port, or 82, or 83, the HTTP alternatives, or with a different fingerprinting in the 443, or in the 8080, or in the 8081. All of them HTTP alternatives. So sometimes they are repeated, but in this case they are individual. Cool. So as you see, all of them Uber, 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 Uber. So it works. So we can take a
A
look at
question. Can you just back? Oh, here. Can be on this page.
here.
Can, oh, there. You can back to the last page you opened.
Oh,
Because it's showing us, besides the Open SSH version, it is the operating system version also, Debian
of course.
-5 and Debian 11 new one.
Yeah. Sometimes they show in the fingerprinting that kind of information. That's verbosity, and it's, of course, you need to try to avoid that because it's very very bad. But yeah, as you can see, sometimes they say, or they provide more information about the technologies. They say that they are using Debian, the specific versions, etc. Yeah. You know that that's very interesting question. You can fingerprint the operating systems that you are working with. There are different ways to do fingerprinting. That's interesting, to be honest. Very interesting. Um, there are different tools that you can use to do fingerprinting. If you want to know, let's say that you have a web server and you want to know the technology. It's very simple to know that. You mentioned that. It's very interesting. Let me show you. Very very simple. A simple command. Let's see if this works. You can say telnet. Let's say uber.com in the 443 port. Let's say 443 space, and you can say get space slash http space slash 1.0. Let's say it close. They have nice security, but you can do this faster. They are going to close that connection or not. Let's see. Yeah. Well, the commands you can run are like this. You can use get, you can use head, and you hit enter. Let me try with a different website, like Motorola. Let's say Motorola.com. In the report can be even, and you can say get space slash http space slash 1.1.0. Enter 2 times, and well, in this case they close. But it's interesting that they close. Let's try with they are closing. Maybe I have. Okay. Well, you just need to connect with Telnet, or you can use Netcat as well. You can use Netcat in the same way. You can use Netcat dash VV for verbosity, and the website. Let's try with segpro.co, the 80 port. Sorry, in the 80 port. Get space slash http space slash 1.0. Enter. Good. Look, here we receive an error, but I don't care. I have the information I want, Cloudflare. So here we are receiving information about the CDN protecting that website. So with these simple commands using Netcat, that is a classic. Right now, I use Netcat sometimes, but I prefer SOCAT or CryptCat. But they are the same. The difference is that the traffic is encrypted. But Netcat allows you to do that, or Telnet if you want to do banner grabbing. But there are more beautiful tools like WhatWeb. You can use WhatWeb, and you can say you just need to provide the host, and like WhatWeb uber.com, and you can grab the technologies if you want to know the technologies. Look, so here we have all the information. So they say, well, the HTTP server, the data, there is a redirection with a proxy. They have a reverse proxy probably, and well, open REST team, and they have a strict transport security, normal, Uber Edge, blah 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 blah, proxy frame. Okay, they have a cross-site scripting protection. The cookies, visitor ID, the country, blah 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 blah. And well, you can see that they are using a reverse proxy here. They are not showing exactly their technology, at least not right now. I'm going to show you a different way. Let me try with another domain, and I continue with the other part, and then come back to this. .com. Let's see. Perfect. So look, now we have that Motorola. It's protected under Akamai Global Host, a different CDN. So it's a it's another way to do banner grabbing of the servers. Well, so as you can see, it's very easy to grab information of subdomains in a specific target. And well, you can have the historical data as well, the DNS historical data, not exactly who is. But well, perfect. And now let's go with the command line. Everything's okay. Do you have in the chat there are some questions, or people normally don't make questions in your lives, Romulo? How do you manage this?
Yeah, actually, I do, but there's one question, and I answered.
Perfect.
Anderson asked if DNS dumpster is intrusive. Uh,
Yeah, well, let, not exactly. It's like a gray area. Did you answer already?
yes, I did answer, and I say the same thing. No, it's not. Actually, on my point
It's,
of view, I use a lot,
it's not.
and
It's not. But at the end of the day, you are tricking the DNS, right?
yeah,
So the DNS transfer is a nice technique, and you are tricking the DNS saying, "Hey, I am a DNS, so let me serve your zones," right?
exactly.
So
Yeah, I will ask them if there's any question. E aí, pessoal, tem alguma pergunta até agora? Estou entendendo ou quer que vá mais devagar? Well, we could do next one in Spanish, right? I think most of people understand better. I want to do
the question
this.
were in Spanish. Oh, okay,
All
okay,
right.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you answered perfect, of course. Man, you are an expert.
Uh,
Um,
okay. No, there's no question for now.
okay, cool, cool.
Uh,
I hope
so
this is.
uh, for now, we are seeing that we could get all the domain information. Uh, that is one of the most important thing in information gathering and recon.
Yes.
But after that, how can we get, let's say, email addresses from the target company, right? Because OSINT is about that too. We get all the information we can. We capture all the information about a specific target, and then we go through the contact, right? Email addresses, phone numbers, and other stuff. I know this is the most important thing. And what kind of tools do you use normally to get this kind of information? There's no need to show any kind of website, specific website. Okay,
I use
but
some scripts.
right.
I use Infoga. Maybe you're familiar with that one. I use web tools. Problem with the emails, there are some tools that allow you to configure the proper emails. I prefer the Rocket Reach. It's my favorite. But you use the Harvester as well. The Harvester is very good. I use Rocket Reach, the Harvester. I use LinkedIn normally. Because why LinkedIn? Well, LinkedIn do not provide you the emails of the people, but provide you with the name of the people, and that's perfect for me. Because you can create. Let me show you a couple that you mentioned. That
Yeah,
let me look for.
the good thing of LinkedIn is that it provides the full name of its users.
Exactly.
And when you
That's
work for a corporation, we have a standard that they use the first name dot last name, or the last name dot the first name, and then at,
exactly.
and
That's the point.
we can create a lot of lists with that. Yeah, Hunter IO is one of the best one. I have the pro version of it. It's
Oh,
like
cool,
amazing.
cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. I get a lot of information there.
Having that in mind, let me show you a couple of things. Hunter is one of my favorites as well. I use Rocket Reach and Hunter to look for emails. and talking about what you already mentioned, that it's the composition of the emails. Normally I use LinkedIn to know the name of the people, and then you can use this tool. Let me share with you. It's called email format. I don't know if you're familiar with this one.
Yes, I use that too.
Okay, okay, but we never talked about this before. Is
No, no, we never spoke about it actually.
no, no, no,
And
it didn't. But yeah, it's very good.
yeah,
So you can look for the specific domain, and you can say like uber.com, and this tool, well, even Brazil, you can see that the most probable thing is that they are using first name and last name, like John Smith or Peter Perez or whatever. So here we have some representative address. So it's very useful that this tool found those real emails in some moment in the story, in the history, sorry. So I use this tool. Let me see another one. Well, Infoga, and the other one, it's a nice tool called Email Finder as well. Let me show you that one. I didn't use that recently, but I hope it works. Email Finder. So you just install it, and you just need to provide the domain, and it's going to look for emails. That kind of tools are used by me. Well, man, we already have almost an hour. It's crazy. Well, um, one important thing, it's having that information. Well, I didn't show you a command line tool. Well, the harvester is very, very good one. I think I have videos showing the harvester. Maybe Romulo have videos showing the harvester as well. Do you have videos showing Amas?
no,
Amas is a nice tool that allows you to grab a lot of different information about a target. I have a video in my YouTube channel about Amas. Amas have different ways to look for information. The favorite of the entire public, it's Intel, because discover a lot of different information. But you can use Enum or Intel. I prefer Intel, to be honest. And so you can say Amas, Intel, and the word you want to, sorry, uber.com. And let me show you the URL of Amas. So you're going to see. Perfect. So let me share with you the link. Good. So Amas is very, very simple to use. You can use the Intel or the enum parameter and the domain that you want to query. Amas is so modular. You can do a lot of different things. You can do DNS enumeration, but we already did that. Let's go with Intel. It's better. So uber.com, I need to put a -d here. Let me see if I'm making a mistake here. Nope. What is the mistake here? Let's see. Let me run with more privilege, maybe. Interesting. Let's switch enum. Maybe I need to restyle it because I am using the Amas coming with the Kali by default. Well, enum is working. Oh, okay, let's this run. Well, perfect. Let's say that you need to understand what else? The traffic, or it can be. There is a nice tool talking about attack surface. You can use more tools. Perfect. Look, Here we have the information. So you have a graphical command line tool that you can use. Amas is crazy good. I think I need to reinstall it, but well, here you have the information. Look, all the subdomains here. There is a lot of tools in command line to do this. I like a lot the Fierce. It's another one. You can use Fierce is one of the tools. Fierce. Another tool, DNS map. But DNS map, it's a little slow. DNS map can use a word list, like the most of the tools can use a word list that you can put as reference to look for subdomains. It's a thing that you can use. And well, there's not so much time. Well, normally having that information, you already know some subdomains, and it continues showing different subdomains, as you can see. You can look for the specific technologies and then subdomains. Talking about technologies, you have different tools that allows you to detect the technologies that they are using in a website, in a specific website. Different tools. Let me show you my favorite. Let's try with uber.com again. And normally, if I need to understand the technology that is used by a specific website, I use a tool called Wapalizer. Wapalizer, it's a nice tool that allows you to understand the technology behind a specific website. You have an extension. Here I have it. I hope you can see my mouse pointer. I can click here and it detects immediately different technologies like the CDN that they are using, some additional technologies, fonts, tag managers, information infrastructure as a service platforms, some proxies. Well, look, you have the reverse proxy that they're using. And as you remember, when we tried with Hot Web, they say that they are using a reverse proxy. Well, a proxy, I say reverse proxy. Well, here we have the technology, Envoy. So it's great, Wapalizer. But if Wapalizer doesn't work perfect for you, you can use the website or the extension. You can pay, and they are going to provide you more information. But there is another tool that is called Build With. This one. I didn't share with you the link. Let me copy this for you. Perfect. And well, Build With, it's another tool that allows you to understand the technologies that are used in a website. So you just need to provide here www.uber.com. Let me allow the scripts. Here you have the detailed technology profile. Well, they are asking for money now. Oh, well, previously they didn't. But well, you can have the free part 10 detailed lookups a day. Good, for free. It's good. It's good. I think I have an account here. But well, the important thing is that you can see that Build With allows you to understand the technologies that are running in a specific website. This is very useful. And of course, you have more technologies and tools like Netcraft or similar that allows you to understand that. And another part that you need to understand is the content of a specific website. Okay, let's say that you already found the entire amount of subdomains in a specific target. Then you need to understand what are inside, what kind of directories, what kind of files, etc., etc., etc. So different ways to do that. Let's start with the classics, or let's go with the classics first, and then you can go with the fusing part. Normally, websites can have different maps One of the ways is to analyze the robots.txt file that normally websites have. Let me show you one example. Let's say Bank of America. bankofamerica.com. You can just put an slash and then robots.txt. And the most probably thing is that they have something like this. Normally, the websites can decide when they are visited by a specific crawler, like Google or similar, they can say, okay, I'm going to show you what you can show, or I'm going to allow you about what you can show, and I'm going to tell you what I don't want you to show. So normally you can see something like this. User agent, any user agent, I don't care if it's Google, Yahoo, Bing, I don't care. So you are not going to access to global or CFDocs or third party or direct benefits or group banking. All of them normally are directories in the website. So they try to protect these directories against crawling. But as a pen tester or an ethical hacker or a bounty hunter, you need to know this information. This is the classical, the easy way, the more simple way. And as you see, they provide a lot of surface here so you can understand what they have. It's important to say that normally I put this kind of robots txt, but they are fake in my websites normally. But because you can configure detection technologies, and if you know if somebody is looking for that specific directory, you know that this is an attacker and you are going to block this IP address. But it's like a cyber deception. But well, here you have this, and they say the tool that they are using to create this information, and you have here in some of the robots.txt files, you have the sitemap as well. This is useful. But I prefer a different way to do that. The technique is called fusing. Fusing is used in different things. Fusing means that you are going to have a variable, and in that variable, you are going to put a lot of different values, and you are going to try something with each one of these values. That's fusing, and that works for a lot of different things. I use fusing to detect directories. I use fusing to detect subdomains. I use fusing to detect files. I use fusing in other ways when I'm doing um, um, things like to try to detect an exploit or a potential exploitation in an application. I execute fusing, but in a different way. But at the end of the day, fusing is having a variable, you inject specific values in that variable. So my favorite tool, there are a lot of different tools, some classics that I don't use anymore, like the Buster, Go Buster. I don't use them anymore, but there are classics. They are good. But right now, I just use WFUF, WFUS, and FUF. The most effective right now is WFUS. It's very nice. It's a very nice tool. But right now, I prefer FUF. Let's show with FUF. Well, let me show you here. FUF means fast, fuse faster, you full. Fuse faster, you full. So look, FUF, fuse faster, you full. So it's a very nice tool that allows you to fuse in a very simple way. Let me show you how this works. Normally, Kali have that tool by default. Yeah, perfect. First of all, you need the content of the variable that you are going to try to detect directories or files or whatever you want to look for. My favorite and my all-time recommended is seglists. Seglists are beautiful lists no, not that one. This one. Let me share with you this link. The seglists are one of the most effective resources you have in ethical hacking and penetration testing because they have lists about almost everything. DNS, look, you have the DNS list, so you can look for combined subdomains. Look, so you have an entire list, 7.9 megabytes. Let's take a look about the raw file. Look, so you have a lot of potential subdomains that you can try in a brute force attack. No, it's not brute force, it's dictionary attack. Some people say brute force talking about dictionary, and I hate that. So no, it's a dictionary attack. It's not brute force. Dictionary attack, having each one of these words, and well, there are potential subdomains. And as you remember, maybe I show you the DNS map tool. DNS map tool can use a word list with the parameter -w, and you can use a dictionary like this one. But in the case that we are interested right now, but you can see all the different lists that you have. You have DNS lists, you have infrastructure lists, so IPv4 address, IP generators. Well, it's amazing the amount of information you have here, and you have fusing. But we are not going to use this because this fusing part is to execute attacks. Maybe if Romulo invite me another day, maybe we can talk about SQL injection or local file inclusion or remote file inclusion or something like that. So this part of the fusing is for that kind of attacks. The fusing that we are going to do today is related with web, and in this case, discovery. So in discovery, you have web content, and in web content, you have different parameters. One of the parameters you can look for, well, you have web service, and you have a lot of different word lists, like in different language as well. You see, you have like a common.txt, so you can have some dot something files and some words that maybe are in the directories or in the files of a specific server, etc. And you can install these lists. You can install them in your Kali or in your Parrot or in the distro you want. I have them installed, but well, it's up to you. So you have URLs from the most popular apps. It's another dictionary that you have here. You see? APIs, this is so useful for when you are doing API testing. I'm going to use maybe one of these, and I have this seg list here. So if you say seg list, I don't remember if I have, maybe in the other virtualization. Let's see. You can install them, as you see, but it can take a lot of time, so I'm going to use directly the list that I'm going to use right now. So let's say that, which one can we use? Let's use, can be the common or whatever, I don't know. You have the big one as well. The Apache. Apache is nice as well. This one is good. Let's try to download the raw file. Now we have the apache.txt. Perfect. It's important to verify that you download the raw file. It's not the same that you download or copy. Well, if you copy, it's okay. But if you copy, you are going to have these numbers. So it's important that you download the raw file with no formats at all. And let me copy this, and I'm going to use the Kali to download directly. Oh no, I'm going to, well. So I want to use this one, common.txt can be, and let's download that one. Perfect. So like any command with the help, you can call the help with -h, and they are going to show you how to use it. Here we have a very good example. So you just need to say something like this. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to explain each one of these parameters. So they are so simple. Don't worry about it. So let me show you. Sorry. Good. So here, the W is the word list that you are going to use as content for the variable that you are going to select. So I need to provide the proper path. In my case, it's home, pentester, downloads, and I think where the common.txt. Perfect. Dash U for the URL you are going to try. In our case, let's try with it's www Uber. Let's see. Yes. So I'm going to say https www.uber.com, right? And then you can say slash, and you need to put this fuse string. This is the variable that you are going to use, the fuse. So what we are saying here is that you are going to send https www.uber.com /1, then /2, /3, /4, and on the entire content of the file inside the seglist that we download, the common. Then you have this parameter that means match, right? Match, and you can filter. Match means that you are looking for a specific content, and filter, that means that you are going to exclude that result. Let me show you the help, but I'm going to show you that here. Well, it continues, but well, I think it's enough here. And let me show you the ffuf-help. Look. So here you have the match part. Match, or MC, it's talking about the codes. So to save time and remove trash and noise, you just can say, show me the 200 status code. Because you remember that in HTTP, you have different codes. 100 means informational, 200 means everything okay, 300 means redirection, and 400 and 500 are errors from server side or client side. So in this case, normally, if you visit a website and everything is okay, you're going to receive a 200 okay code. So you can say, show me only the 200 okay codes, or the 200 and the 300, or you can select. That means match, show me. Or you can match with a specific amount of lines. I use this a lot because sometimes the security in a website have a control error. You know, the websites that say 404, not found, blah, 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 blah. Try again. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's talk about Uber, and let's say that I'm saying test.php. And look, they have a control error page. So how do you remove this trash that is not used for you, is not useful for you, and just focus in the proper results? Okay, you can measure the size of this website, and then if you receive a specific response with that size, you just remove from the results. So you can filter them out, or you can match, it depends. So you can match the amount of lines, you can match the regular expressions, or the response size, as I mentioned. Or you can filter out. So you can filter specific codes, or you can filter a specific amount of lines, or you can filter a specific size of response. So that's what that means. So I'm going to modify the match codes to, well, let's try with all right now. I'm going to remove this. The -C, let me show you. -C means colorized output. Is nice. And -B is verbose. Verbosity as always. And look, you see, it starts running the fusing with each one of the words we have, and we just receive the 200 code answers. You see, sysadmin 200, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes happens that all of these are control errors. Like you see, everything answers 200 okay. That means that maybe they are control error. Let me see. I'm going to open this one. The most probably thing is it's a captcha right now, as you see. So you can filter out the results with a specific size, as I mentioned before. So I can look for a specific size. Let's see. Let's see if there is an interesting, or with a specific amount of lines. You see, the size is not the same here. So maybe it's not the proper way to filter out. You see? So size is not the proper way, but words maybe helps you, or lines. So you can filter out, let's say, I'm going to filter out the amount of lines. So I can say FL, it's 56. So I'm going to say, I'm going to put only the 200 code and dash FL 56. And now it starts working. You see? So you reduce the amount of noise you receive. In this case, we didn't receive results, maybe the captcha. I don't know. We can take a look. But well, the important thing is that you understand the fusing technique. Well, is there any question, Romulo, or everything is okay?
Yeah, it is. Actually, there's one. There's a difference between WFUS and FFUF.
Similar. Both tools do the same, fusing against domains. One important thing that you can have in mind is that with WFUS, you can create different variables and you can fuse whatever you want. So you can look for files, you can look for any kind of thing you want. That's important. And you can fuse different parameters. You just need to say fuse 1, fuse 2, fuse 3, and you can put the different parameters. But at the end of the day, WFuse and FUF do the same. Good question. Well, I think, go ahead, Romulo.
Yeah, no, actually, is that I was saying it's answered, so you can continue, please.
Okay. The last thing for today, because I want to accomplish your agenda that you mentioned, you can look for more information that sometimes do not appear in the normal tools. And this is a nice trick. You can use virus total, right? And you can look for a specific URL, or you can do a search. And you can, it's better with search. And then you can say the domain you want to query, and sometimes you are going to receive details about the specific domain in case that they in some moment use a specific URL to be searched for. So in some cases you can find information about domains with VirusTotal. In this case, but well, it's showing by just uber.com, but allows you to see information in some cases about subdomains, like this case. So you can see here, well, information about the DNS records, certificate, blah, 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 who is information, who is lookup, and some Google results. So sometimes you can grab more information here with VirusTotal. It's very, very useful. Perfect. Well, it's perfect time. Do you have any other question for me, Romulo, or are we okay?
Yeah, no, we are okay for now. Well, I know it's like 1 hour 24 minutes now. As we spoke, 1 hour and 20, I think it's enough for a first video, first live. Uh, First thing, can you send me the link of your YouTube channel?
Of course. Let me do it.
Because I want to share with them. Also, your LinkedIn
Sure.
or any other social networks do you have?
Of course.
Uh, well, someone just commented a lot of nice tools. Yeah, I think the same. I used almost of them.
I hope you enjoy. I hope we're interesting.
Yeah,
People have comments about this, or people like it, or
yeah. So, pessoal, o que vocês acharam dessa live? Gostaram da live? Ah, bueno, si quieres puede hablar hasta en español ahora, ¿no?
bueno, sí, también.
But I think they liked because I have a few comments here that it was nice tools, very nice, and it's good. You know, another guy say given like, and
Cool.
yeah, I think they liked. So very interesting live with so much good content about the tools.
People is
You know,
so kind with me normally.
yeah, actually, those are the different ones I was talking with you about before. You know, and it's it's very nice to have them here. Oh yeah. Pessoal, se vocês quiserem seguir ele, fiquem à vontade. Eu recomendo muito. Olha, dê uma olhada no LinkedIn, que o LinkedIn dele é bem interessante, muito mais do que o meu, acredito. Fique à vontade lá. Alright, so, well, probably understood better Portuguese than English, also in English. Well, for now, that's it. We can make another video about SQL injection if you want, right?
Sure.
As I was talking before.
Sure, no
So,
problem.
guys, uh, thanks a lot for watching this live. If you want to say anything else, please feel free to say anything. And well,
Thank you so much, Romulo, for the invitation. I hope we can repeat this someday. So, and guys, thank you so much for your time, for your attention, and I hope you can enjoy this live. And if Romulo, if it's okay, I'm going to publish this live as well in my channel.
sure,
You share
sure,
with me
please,
the video, and well, so
sure.
see you. That's perfect. Everything works. Amazing.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work in the lives.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You need to
Uh,
pray a little bit before.
yeah, you need to talk with God in their computer.
Yeah, to the gods of the demonstrations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. Someone just wrote, thanks for you, Bomolo. Oh, this girl's from Angola. Probably
That's
there's
great.
like midnight now.
Wow. Yeah. I appreciate so much that she is making this effort.
Yeah, and another guy, Luis, told, I love to see more content from you guys. Thanks. So thank you guys too. All right, I'm ending the live right now, and I hope see you guys soon in the next live. Dave, thanks again. All right,
That's
I hope we can see more lives together here on my channel or on yours.
in my channel.
Feel
Next
free to
time,
invite.
next time in my house.
Please just
Perfect.
send me an invitation. All
My
right,
pleasure.
see you guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good night and take care of yourselves.